Hello students, a very good afternoon to all the students. So students, in our last class we have completed the topic processing fibers into wool, and today we are going to start with the new topic, that is silk. So silk is a fine, strong, soft and shiny fiber often from silkworms. So students, what is silk? It is a fine, strong, soft and shiny fiber obtained from silkworms. It is separated from the cocoons of silkworm. So students, silk is separated from the cocoons of the silkworms. It is made up of protein and is the strongest natural fiber. So students, we all know that silk is obtained from the natural fiber and it is known as the strongest natural fibers, and it is also made up of protein. Since it is an animal protein, on burning it gives the smell of burning hair. So students, since the silk is animal protein and because of that reason it gives the smell of hair on burning. Okay students. Silk is a costly fiber because of its natural shining appearance. So, we all know that silk is a costly fiber. Why? Because of its natural shining appearance. Okay, students. Silk fiber are converted into silk yarn that is used for making silk cloth. So, students, before making cloth, silk fibers are converted into silk yarn. Okay. This silk cloth is then used for making sari and other dresses. So students, after converting, the silk cloth are then used for making different items like the sari or other dresses. So the rearing of silkworm for obtaining silk is called sericulture. So what is sericulture? It is the rearing of silkworms for obtaining silk is called sericulture. So students, China leads the world in silk production. Other silk production countries are India and Japan. So students, the highest production of silk is in China, followed by India and Japan. So students, before we discuss the process of obtaining silk, let us study the life cycle of silk moth. So students, before discussing how the silk is obtained, we have to go through the life cycle of silk moth, and we are going to do the same now. But before starting this, I would like to show you the complete life cycle of a silk moth, and this one is a complete life cycle. It will start from here, that is adult silk moth. So students, the adult silk moth will produce the egg on the mulberry leaves. Okay students, after giving the eggs, these eggs will then convert into larvae, and after converting it into larvae, it will go to the next step, and that is known as pupa. So students, after the formation of pupa, the next stage is cocoon formation. So students, after the formation of cocoon, silk moth will emerge out of the cocoon, and that is the next stage. And after the silk moth emerges out of the cocoon, it will then form the adult silk moth. So students, this is the life cycle of a silk moth. I hope it is clear to you. Now let's go to the life cycle of silk moth. Number 1. The female silk moth lays pale yellow egg on the leaf of tree, such as mulberry tree. So students, just now we have studied that the female silk moth will lay egg on the leaf of a mulberry tree. So the color of the egg will be pale yellow. So the worm-like larvae called the caterpillars or the silkworm hatches out from egg in about 2 weeks. So students, after the production of egg, the larvae is formed, and this larvae will hatch out from the egg in about 2 weeks. The silkworm feed on the larvae of mulberry tree and grow bigger in size. So students, this silkworm will feed on the leaves of mulberry tree and then they grow bigger in size. During the larval stage, the silkworms shed their skin 4 times while they grow. So students, in larval stage, the silkworm will shed their skin 4 times while they grow. Okay, students, you have to remember this. 4 times they will shed their skin. Silk is formed in liquid form in 2 glands in the silkworm's head. So students, where is silk formed? Silk is formed in silkworm's head, and it is liquid in form, and it is found in 2 different glands. So students, moving on to the third one, the silkworm is ready to enter the next stage of its development called pupa. So students, after the larval form, it will enter into the next developmental stage, that is pupa. Each silkworm begins spinning a cocoon by moving its head in the same pattern as that of the number 8. So students, each silkworm will spin a cocoon by moving its head, and while moving its head it will follow a pattern that is just like a number 8. During this movement of head, the silkworm secreted silk in liquid form through the tiny opening in its head. So students, during this movement what happened? The silkworm will secrete silk in liquid form through the tiny opening in its head. Okay students. Liquid silk solidifies on contact with the air and becomes silk fiber. So this liquid silk will get solidified on contact with the air, and then it becomes a silk fiber. So within 2-3 days what happens? The silkworm covers itself completely with silk fiber. So students, after the formation of silk fiber, within 2-3 days the silkworm will cover itself completely with silk fibers. Okay students. The silky covering spoon by the silkworm for its protection is called cocoon. So what is cocoon? Cocoon is the silky covering spoon by silkworm for its protection is known as cocoon. So this one is cocoon. The cocoon is made by the silkworm to protect its developmental stage such as pupa. So students, why is cocoon formed? The cocoon is formed in order to protect the development as pupa. When the pupa develop fully to form an adult silk moth, then the cocoon split up and a beautiful silk moth come out. So students, when the pupa develop fully to form a adult silk moth, then what happens? The cocoon will split out and then a beautiful moth will come out. So here you can see a pupa has been splitted and then a beautiful moth has come out. And then what happened? Adult silk moth live only for few days. So students, after completing this cycle, the adult silk moth will live for only few days. Okay students. So I hope it is clear to you. Thank you and have a good day.